Let's do it.
Let's start with Aaron Ladd. Go ahead, Aaron.
Was today your first day kicking an Arrowhead? If so, how'd it go?
Yeah, first day kicking in Arrowhead. I was super pumped up, and it was great to have the fans out there. It almost felt like a preseason game, or at least a little bit closer to a normal training camp. Thought it went really well. Got a lot of kicks in, and had some deep ones today as well.
Let's go to Harold Kuntz. Go ahead, Harold.
Hey, Harrison. Hope you're doing well, man. Saw you get you look like your range there was 58, 60 yards. Just tell me where you feel comfortable with your range, and also how you're adjusting to the new holder you have, the new punter and Tommy.
Yeah, warming up, I thought around 55, 58 yards is where I could just do my normal swing. And then obviously that was at the very beginning of practice. I think as practice went on, I kept dialing it in, finding the sweet spot. And then in the period, we made a 62-yarder, and the 69-yarder bounced off the crossbar. So feeling really good. As far as Tommy Townsend, he's doing a really good job holding the ball. He held at Florida. And he's getting the ball down really fast. I'm able to see it. We have really good operation times, and he's learning as much as he can right now. And I'm trying to take him under my wing a little bit and kind of show him the ropes, since he is the only punter on the roster, and he's just kind of learning as we go.
Let's go to Pete Sweeney. Go ahead, Pete.
Hey, Harrison. When the roster total went down to 80, it sort of just ended the punter battle and the holder battle. Now, of course, there's nothing against Tyler Newsome, but was that a silver lining in a sense that you could sort of just push forward with this new three and get all those reps, as opposed to having to split it up and work with somebody that you weren't necessarily going to work with during the regular season?
Yeah, I think this was a tough offseason. I think some of the normal training camp battles that you would have, we weren't able to have because of the 80-man roster. And I know you look around the league, some of the top kickers, I know the Ravens, they bring in competition for Justin Tucker every year. I think competition is going to make you better. And obviously Tommy is the only punter on the roster, and we're moving forward as if he's going to be punter for week one. And we are getting a lot of reps together and a lot of chemistry. So I am really happy about that, being able to just have him as the guy and just keep working day after day.
Let's go to Danny Welniak. Go ahead, Danny.
All right. Hey, Harrison, hope all is well. I've got kind of a two-part question for you. The first one is, as a kicker, do you like that the Chiefs are going to be able to have fans in the stands this season, and how much does that kind of mentally impact you? And then secondly, I know that you just touched on your range. You've been tweeting out, Instagramming out, some super long kicks. What have you been doing this offseason, this weird offseason, to increase your range?
Yeah, well, firstly, I think the fans are great. For me as a kicker, I kind of thrive off of the pressure and the adrenaline that I start to feel. So going out there, seeing all 2,000 fans out there, I think it probably added some juice to my field goals, and I was able to hit some longer field goals that we haven't really been attempting in practice lately. So I think it's great, and I think I definitely performed better during a game situation with pressure. And the second question, as far as like field goal range, I think – I kind of dialed in this off season, and I just felt like what are things I can do to get stronger, to get quicker, and to hit a farther balls. And I was just thinking about, soccer players like Cristiano Ronaldo, they're very low body fat. And I was like, that's one area I could probably get better at. So I kind of looked at my nutrition. I started eating more meals, eating smaller quantities. So I've definitely brought my weight down. I feel stronger and faster than I've ever been. And then also from a technique standpoint, just still finding the sweet spot of the ball. I think kickoffs, I'm able to really kick far. Field goals, it's just kind of having that same swing on the ball. But also, Thomas Morstead, punter for the Saints, he was, he had a video talking to some younger kickers and punters. He was like, if you want to kick the ball far, you got to go out and try to kick the ball far. But that's kind of what I just started doing. Instead of kind of staying within 53 yards, I started backing it up. I posted a video for a 77-yarder, a 72-yarder. And then today, we had a 62 and a 69-yarder with the team, felt very comfortable. And I think when you can make those kicks, then the shorter kicks, a 50-yarder, you don't get a ton of those, but those seem really short. So I've been really happy with the offseason. It's carrying over now to this training camp.
Let's go to Nate Taylor. Go ahead, Nate. Nate, you got us?
There you go. Thank you. Hey, Harrison, you mentioned just a minute ago how this sort of day felt somewhat close to a preseason game. The Chiefs are one of the few teams this year least to start the year, that are going to give fans the opportunity to watch you guys team making that decision? And what will it say about the fan base if you guys are able to have fans for the duration, for the full year, if everybody does this responsibly?
I'll answer as much as I think I can. You were going out a little bit, but I know Mark Donovan and Clark Hunt are doing their best to have fans at the training camp Saturday practices, and then hopefully for the season. So we're ramping it up from 2,000 and then just keep going up from there. I think it'll be great. You know, hopefully we'll be able to have the 16,000, I think it is, for week 1. I think that provides us a home field advantage, and I think we thrive with those Kansas City Chiefs fans in the stands cheering us on. I mean, it was awesome today. All the guys running out, getting the applause. We just kind of missed doing the autographs after practice. But it was a lot of fun, and hopefully we can have the fans in the stands for the season.
Let's go to Herbie with the last one. Go ahead, Herbie.
Hey, Harrison, I hope you're well. Quick question here for you. You mentioned Thomas Morstead there, and I'm curious here because I know, like, when you look around the league during the offseason, Von Miller pulls together some of the pass rushers to go through kind of like a crash course mini camp, so to speak, and then the offensive line gets together in Texas for offensive line masterminds. So what do this specialist do? And I found it interesting that you're pretty tight with Morstead.
Yeah, so something I've been doing since I've been in the NFL is every summer I've been getting together with a kicking coach by the name of Jamie Cole, and Cole's Kicking up in Whitewater, Wisconsin. And Thomas Morstead, he's always been in there. He's a guy that I love talking to. I know he's a punter, but just the veteran mindset that he brings to the kicking game was really beneficial for me. And what I was talking about was just some video he did on Instagram, because unfortunately with COVID, we weren't able to have that time together. But as you were saying, offensive linemen, Von Miller and the D-line, all of these NFL guys are pretty tight-knit with the other their same position groups on other teams. You know, especially as a kicker and punter, you're the only position on your team. So who do you learn from? And I think in the offseason, you have to take that time and learn as much as you can from some of your competitors. You don't want to give them all your secrets, but just picking their brain and trying to make everyone better and just kind of raise the level of play for kickers and punters.
Harrison, we appreciate the time today. Thank you.
Thank you, Brad. Thank you, guys.